Hey guys, Justin from Simplified Investing. I hope you guys are having a great weekend. We're going to switch some things up, and this is going to be a breakdown of the market, what we saw within the last week, and then what we can expect to see within the coming week. Give you guys some help in the market analysis and breakdown to help better make decisions. So in this breakdown or the market breakdown video, what I'm going to be doing is covering what SPY has done here recently. Really do a top-down analysis with you guys, and then we'll go in on the shorter time frame and look at that. And then I'll also be covering like SPX, VIX, and ES, so you guys can be ready for the week and have some levels to keep on watch. Really what we've seen here, and maybe I'll just go to a clearer pattern here or a new drawing so you guys can see just a clear chart here. What have we seen here recently on SPY? So you can see we had this exhaustion volume selling here. We get this nice trending structure here. After this gap up day or gap and go day on 331, we have essentially been sideways and really not much movement. A lot of times what ends up actually happening is like an overnight movement and then chop during the day. So if you go into here, you can see a common theme outside of this trend day here and a smaller trend moves here. So like the problem with this is it has such a quick trend move and then it just chops and decays. Quick trend move, chops, decays, quick trend move, chops, decays, other than outside of this. And then this is just a slow grinding lower day here. Daily chart here, again, very, very choppy. If we load this in here, really the biggest key that I want to see would be a clear of this 414 to 415 area here for upside. Anything above that up into that 418 and 420 region. And where this region comes from is off of this 825 area where we get this move up in a huge selling pressure here on high volume noted by this green bar here or this green arrow. In this consolidation base, I do think we can see some breakout of this base here to the upside if we can hold that 415 area for basically a continuation move that would look something similar to like moving up here and then retesting here and then making this move up here. So that's what's going to be on watch here for that continuation move. As for a breakdown, this 406 area is what I'm watching. If we do break down below that, I do think we can test down here into like 404 and then 400 below that this week. From the weekly chart, inside bar here after this day, going down into the hourly, you can see just how sideways we've been. Not much movement, not much direction at all. Really not seeing much. So that 414 to 415 area, good to keep on watch. This 410 area, 408. And below that, this very strong region here in this 406 area. So you can draw this area down here into this 406 area. And where this comes from is the bounce here, bounce here, bounce here. If we come back down here, watching that bounce, if we do get any selling pressure below that, we can test back down here into this like 398, 399 area below. As for VIX, this is one thing I want to note. You can see we're in a strong downtrend structure here on the VIX. And anytime you have a VIX trading at 52-week lows like we are here, you can expect to see muted volatility. The VIX is a volatility index measure. The lower it is, obviously, the lower the volatility in the market. You can see we have just been steady free falling here on this. From a macro weekly perspective, you can see this is a very strong support region down here. And what happens typically down here is where we end up getting bounces and then pullbacks on the market. A lot of times this is an inverse of the market, so when VIX goes up, the market goes down. It's not a direct correlation, but it is something to note. So if we do hold this support down here in the 1621 area, going to keep an eye on the SPY, S&P 500, for a pullback here this week. Now, going in on a shorter time frame, some intraday levels to keep on watch here. 1772, 1801, 1852, and then like this 1905 area, all levels to keep on watch. And above that, this 20 psych level has been very important. So you can see reject, 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 and reject right here. Something to keep on watch, 20 being the biggest level above here on the VIX. If we do get a strong selling day here on the market, would not surprise me to see a VIX spike maybe up into this 1852, 19 area, and then that 20 region above. As for, let's go into /ES. And really what we see here is ever since this move back here through this 4100 area, all basing structure here, not getting much directional movement at all. You can see we're in between this 4180 area and this 4100 region. I do think in the coming week we will get a test of one of these channel extremes, whether it be 4180 or 4100. Going to be watching both of these either for a rejection up here or a bounce move here. One thing I want to note too is, let's say we get very strong selling pressure down here. So let's say we pull all the way down here, get a weak bounce here, then I may look to short this for this break lower, because what's going to happen then is all of these traders that went long over here, and if they're still in, where are they going to have their stop loss? They're going to have their stop loss right below this region right here. So when this triggers over here, as these buyers get stopped out, it can help push this price lower and get that quick advancement to the downside here. So something to keep on watch. Something I will be noting is if we can break 4100, then I will be watching for that continuation lower. Now let's say we come down here, low volume selling, and all of a sudden buyers pick up and show some strength up here. Then I will watch to take this upside move with potential up into this 4180 area above here. So that's a quick little analysis here on the hourly from /ES, which again is going to be SPY futures. Lastly, SPX, which tracks SPY, it's going to be the S&P 500 index, the cash index. What we're seeing here is, or some levels to watch here, are going to be this 4100, a huge level below here, and then that 4072 area. Above this, 4114, you can see we held that very strong here on Friday. Then above this, 4133, the biggest levels here in orange at 4158. And then 4175, and above that into like this 4201 area where we rejected back here. So going into what to expect next week, again, that 414 to 415 area is going to be key. We need to find some structure or a move out of this base right here. We're currently in this sideways consolidation here, not much movement at all with that slowing VIX. Watching either below 406 or 414.50 to 415 area for better direction. That wraps up our market analysis for the week. If you did enjoy this video, if you could please give it a thumbs up and subscribe, it would be greatly appreciated. If you are interested in getting our course alerts and more, feel free to check out SimplifiedInvesting.com. We would love to have you guys on board. Hope you guys all have an excellent weekend, and if you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them down below. Thank you.